Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. I'm back on my pink couch in my comfy clothes, which means it is time to have a little chat. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little nervous. I am sweating a little. I've been vulnerable on camera before, but not about something this important to me, so I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. Some of you might know that I have recently come to faith and I just wanted to share my story. And yeah, I've been super nervous to talk about it. But then I realized, okay, I share all of these other aspects of my life, from my marriage to my work and everything in between, so why not this? And if this topic doesn't interest you and you want to click off, that's totally fine. I just wanted to share my story if you're interested. And one of the reasons I wanted to share is because I felt like there's been this huge discrepancy between my online persona and my actual self. Faith is the cornerstone of my life and it's become what I center everything around. And so I felt like me not really talking about it online because I was fearful of what others might think, it just felt really inauthentic to me. And so I kind of wanted to bridge the gap. And this doesn't mean that my content's gonna radically change or anything like that. I'm still gonna talk about all different aspects of my life, obviously fashion, fitness, food, all the F's, and faith. I love to share about my personal life with you guys here on this channel, and I don't want to exclude something that's so big to me, the biggest thing to me, just because I'm afraid. Also, having this sign that I made hang up in most of my videos and not share my testimony because I'm scared of what people will think. And I've been sprinkling in little things here and there, from like church outfits to like spend a Sunday with me. I got so many comments and DMs from believers and non-believers alike, just being so amazing and sweet and so kind to a stranger like me. And I'm just beyond blessed and beyond grateful. Thank you guys. Another update, I'm getting baptized this Sunday. So by the time this video is out, it would have been yesterday. And one of the biggest aspects of baptisms is the publicness? That's not a word. It's a public declaration of your faith. And so I thought this would be the perfect time to kind of share my story with you guys. Okay, with that said, I'm gonna tell you guys my testimony. Okay, so for a little bit of background context, growing up, my family, we did not talk about faith or religion or anything like that at all. So I kind of just like adopted the identity that was around me in school, online, etc. And I always claimed to be an atheist. I think more realistically, I was agnostic. But to be honest, I really didn't put any thought into it. I'm not gonna lie, I would even like scoff at faith in general and be like, oh my gosh, that's so silly, that doesn't make any sense. But again, I did not do any research. I would just be super judgy with no basis to judge. So, okay, flash forward to 2020, that's when I started my internet career. And I started putting all of my identity into my career. I operated a lot on fear of failure. And I only felt like I was valuable to society as a human by my success. And from an outsider perspective, my life seemed perfect. Great relationship, tons of followers, I was financially free. And of course, all of these things are amazing and I am so beyond blessed. But despite all of that, despite all of those external factors of success, I felt so empty. And I would tell myself all the time, like, okay, if I reach this many followers, if I make this much money, if I reach XYZ goals, then I'll feel happy, then I'll feel loved, then I'll feel worthy. Every time I would hit a milestone, that would be my new metric for feeling okay about myself. I felt like I was chasing something that could never get caught. But I just knew that I was missing something and I did not know what that was. I was searching for a purpose. Okay, so now flash forward to about a year and a half ago, and I met one of my best friends, Jane. You've probably seen her on my page. I initially hired her to work with me, and we quickly became best friends. She was one of my bridesmaids, and she's just the best. But anyways, one day we were just chatting, and this was like pretty early on when we started working together. She probably thought I was crazy because I was just like spilling my guts to her, and I was just crying. And I was just telling her about basically what I just said to you guys. And she's the type of person, if you meet her, she's always exuding so much peace and joy and love, no matter what life throws at her. So I asked her, like, what is your purpose? And she said, in a nutshell, being a child of God. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, tell me more. And so since that conversation, I started going to church with her. I started doing a bunch of research and just my own personal journey of discovering the truth. So in about a year, I went from like a huge skeptic and even scoffer to, okay, what is this? To, okay, this seems like it's something, to, I think it was about 2 or 3 months ago that I committed my life to Jesus. It definitely was not an overnight process. And I truly feel like a different person. Obviously, life is not perfect. I still go through my ups and my downs, but in general, I feel so much peace, guys. I feel so much peace knowing that I am so beyond loved by the creator of the universe. In all of my imperfections, in all of my sin, I am so loved. And I just feel like this huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders. I feel like I lived my entire life gripping onto the steering wheel so freaking tight, so scared of like losing control. And it wasn't until I let go that I felt so at peace and so secure. Like, hey, I'm not the driver. Proverbs 16:9, the heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. The more that I feel like I am surrendering to his will and to his plan, the more peace that I feel. I no longer feel like I'm just living for myself and stumbling in the dark, but I have a guiding light now, and it's just so freeing. God is so good, y'all. He is so good, and I don't want to live a lukewarm life. I don't want to fear man's opinion. I want to live a life that honors the Lord. Thank you for listening to me ramble on a little bit. I am so beyond grateful for each and every one of you. God bless you guys. Bye.